Hello internet user, welcome to the internet where you can voice your opinion. A product comes out that people either really love or really despise, so naturally you pick a side and say why you like or hate the product. It's all good until someone from the other side not only disagrees with you, but calls you an idiot or say you're less intelligent than they are for taking that side. What a chaotic cyber world we live in. Hello everyone, Alec Alger, your friendly neighborhood side quest gamer here, and recently Batman v Superman came out in theaters and the Wii U video game Star Fox Zero hit store shelves. What do they both have in common? Mixed reception. Well, to call it mixed would be an overstatement, more along the lines of polarizing reception to the point where people are taking sides and going to war with each other, keyboards and touchscreens armed to the teeth. Batman v Superman was the film people waited 3 years to see. Ever since the Marvel Cinematic Universe formed, DC had their own take with Man of Steel, which had mixed to semi-positive reception. I love that movie, but that's besides the point. Batman v Superman brought the Man of Steel to meet the other characters of the newly formed DC Cinematic Universe. Of course, Supes had to go against Batman since they're two of the most popular characters in mainstream media. But critics were not impressed. The film had mixed to negative reviews and most of the audience were on the same page, but there was not only a minority but a vocal one at that. Go to any review of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice on YouTube and you'll see the two sides duke it out in the comments section. One side would mention how disappointed they were with the film and would then be met with replies, some civilized agreeing with them and some civilly disagreeing with them, but the uncivilized disagreeers would say to that person that they are an idiot for not liking the film and would even go as far as to trash the competing Marvel Cinematic Universe for being too kiddie and saying critics have a bias for the supposedly more kiddie Marvel films.
Shit! Language!
Yes, the critics love Marvel movies and hate all DC movies. That's exactly why they love the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, and were just as mixed for Marvel movies like Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2. Then the other side, who would say in the comment section how much they liked Batman v Superman, were again met with some civil disagreeing replies, but the uncivilized would movie-splain them, saying, "Nah, the movie was utter garbage that would only appeal to those with the attention span of a fly. I'd rather pour hot tea in my eyes than watch this tripe ever again." Now, those are paraphrasings of what the comment replies would normally say, but you do get the gist of it. The same thing happens with Star Fox Zero. People were mixed about the motion controls, where one side said that once you get used to them, they make the game all the more fun, while the other side would vent their frustration with the motion controls since it ruined their overall enjoyment with the game. They would argue to no end, explaining why they feel the way they feel, and that anyone who criticizes or loves the motion controls were wrong for thinking so. As much as I enjoyed Jim Sterling's content, and I am glad he stuck to his guns and explained why he didn't enjoy Star Fox Zero and went as far as to give it a 2 out of 10, I'm perfectly fine with that. But since Jim Sterling presumably writes these reviews out of character, it was kind of a kick in the face to those who love Star Fox Zero. Let's read a few excerpts, shall we, and this will fall under fair use. Star Fox Zero is a dumpster game for people who want to have a garbage time and it belongs in the toilets. Okay, not a very positive way to start a review of a product that was made with the goal to entertain its audience. I don't mind if you said it was a garbage game that belongs in the toilet, but it's for people who want to have a garbage time. It's rather condescending to people who legitimately and unironically enjoy Star Fox Zero, especially for the motion controls. But let's continue. Even after you force yourself to get used to the controls, it's still awkward and clumsy to play, and I don't think anybody in their right mind would take this over any other Star Fox experience. I mean, I know some people have claimed Zero is the superior choice, but I'm talking about people in their right mind. Okay, people in their right mind. So you're implying that anyone who thinks this game is more enjoyable than its predecessors is either intellectually deficient or insane. This is a piece of entertainment made to entertain, not some intelligence quotient examination or psychic evaluation. Keep in mind, Jim, you're reviewing a product, not the audience. What exactly is wrong with an audience that can enjoy something, thinking it's an amazing experience, without them being judged as less than what they are? Because you didn't enjoy the product? And the last excerpt, oh boy. And don't kid yourself, Kid Icarus Uprising was total shite.
Language.
Total shite, maybe to you, but your opinion on these games are a statement of what the one and only Jim Sterling feels about said products. It is only an isolated truth of your feelings and not a universal truth, as everyone has their own idea of good game design versus bad game design. Jim, I respect you, and other than insulting a percentage of the audience, the review did a fine job explaining your stance on the game, but there are people who think the control schemes of those games functioned well for them. Rather than bash them for having a different taste, you should be glad they can find enjoyment out of something you personally couldn't. In conclusion, everyone should feel what they feel and not be ashamed of it. If you like Star Fox Zero for its motion controls, then have some well-deserved fun, as my colleague King K would say. Seriously, have the fun you can have, even if others can't experience the fun you're having, but don't get frustrated that others can't have fun due to the motion controls being a legitimate hindrance to their overall experience. There is no objectivism, as your experience stems entirely from your subjective taste, not some textbook universal law of good game design. It's not for everyone, like the movie Batman v Superman, but it's for certain people who will love it to death while others will not find it enjoyable. Neither side is wrong no matter how many insults get thrown at one another. It's like strawberry sherbet, the dessert. Are some people idiots for not liking the taste of it? Is strawberry sherbet objectively delicious? No! Provided food, movies, and video games are entirely different, but everyone has different tastes in those things and shouldn't be ashamed for having them. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and one opinion is just as valid as the opposing as long as it's elaborate and explains why they feel that way. It shouldn't matter to you if you know you like the product or hate the product, so why would it bother you if another feels the opposite way? Thank you so much for watching, and remember to stay awesome. Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to do an update video. And since I have Coke in my hand, I better review it so it falls under fair use. It's delicious. I like it, and I don't trust anyone who prefers Pepsi over Coke. I'm just kidding. Alright, so let's get to the gist of it. My Link to the Past review for the Legend of Zelda Marathon, it's encountered a few delays. You see, I've beaten the... what is it, the Forest Temple? I think it's the Forest Temple, I don't know. It's... all I know is I beat 2 out of the 7 Dark World dungeons. So, I'm kind of behind because I'm doing a completionist run because it's not only for the review, but the side quest video. So, I want to delay the review. I'm sorry, I know it's not the first time something Zelda related was delayed. Am I right? So next week, I'm going to shoot for a Wednesday release because, well, lately I've been buried with schoolwork. Okay, maybe not buried, but I've been occupied with school, with logic, homework, and philosophy. Recently I wrote an Othello paper, which I hope got a good grade. I'm shooting for a B+, but I'm not holding my breath. So... alright, so the review will come out next Wednesday, and the side quest video hopefully Friday or Saturday. I know it's editing intensive, so I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, as I did a few times with the reviews, but that's just my simple update video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to stay awesome and drink Coke, because Pepsi, it's good, but it's not Coke. This is also not a paid product placement. No, it's not. I just like Coke.